Hey guys, good evening and welcome to all of you. Okay. Let me come to your chat. Let me connect my second PC also. Okay, so as someone told they have some problem with assignments, let's discuss it. Of course, I'm speaking a little slow, right? After a 5-hour session on YouTube, this is like the 6th hour, right? Okay. Okay, is learning JS is enough to learn React, or we need ES6 concept? Yes. See, learning JS is definitely important, but learning ES6 is a JS only, JavaScript only. But yeah, it's very important, ES6 features. Okay. Without ES6 features, no React, no Node. Okay. And you don't have ES6 features, not something out of the box. Same things are there, like you can say same array, same function, some more things like promises and other things. So most of the ES6 features are like little tweaks in feature. This is how you should implement. This is how you should implement it. Some additional feature to the language. ES6 features you can go it in a, like if your JavaScript fundamentals are clear, you'll not take more than a day or two to complete the ES6 features. So it will be like quite easy on your side. Okay. Yeah. Hello guys. You give assignment only day 1 and day 3. So no loss for our. 1 second, let me shift my camera a little. Okay. So 1 second. Thoughts on JavaScript render backend with TypeScript? Sorry, I'm not very familiar with TypeScript, though I think it's quite good, but I've never worked on that firsthand, so I cannot give you a lot of idea on that. Okay. No loss for our submission, day 2 and day 4, right? No worries, the day I gave you assignment, do for that. Don't worry, nothing else. Okay. Okay. But yeah, TypeScript is getting more popular. Okay, so of course you can follow that. Slowly. It's not something beyond JavaScript, but yeah, it's getting popularity. So what should I focus on? JavaScript logic questions or JavaScript project for practice? Okay. So now this is interesting, right? So if you want to divide JavaScript, you can divide JavaScript into 2 parts. Part 1 will be like the coding fundamental of JavaScript. Okay, and the part 2 will be like what they say, the one like the JavaScript DOM part, or basically the one we are doing here, or the one in which you HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are combined. So of course, the part 1 is the prerequisite to learn part 2, and part 1 part 1 gives you a lot of things. It will help you to strengthen your coding logic. Okay, like you can go into data structures and algorithm, and data structures and algorithm is a key to go into top companies, right? Okay, so that is very important, number one. Number two, it's important when you want to go to the product side of the thing. So you should go to the product side of the things. So both topics are important, but yeah, step number one is of course JavaScript as a coding. Okay, how it works in backend? Can we learn a little bit? It's difficult currently, but see, I can give you a small roadmap kind of thing. How should you study? Like, see, after once you have studied the front end kind of things, basically you need to study something in the database. Like, database is like something related to SQL, something related to MongoDB. You need to understand how it figures out. Okay, see, whenever you want to don't learn. I'll tell you one thing. Let's suppose I want to learn a lot of things. I want to like you have very less time. Let's suppose I want to learn complete mon stack in few months. I want to build a very big website in few months. Okay, so don't focus on learning a lot of concepts. Okay, and this is how the trend is today. You should follow like this, then only you'll be able to catch the market. I want to build a website like YouTube. Research on that, what all things that you need to learn it. Don't master it. Go through those things once. Okay, start building, learn on the way. Then that process will be much faster, and that way you'll be able to, like, at the end you'll be able to do a project also. Okay, that is the best way to learn. And anyway, you are forced to work in that way because what will happen once you go inside a company will anyway force you to do or work in that way. What should be done as per market standard in front end, back end? As per salary, see, of course, this is a trend, but it's not a fixed thing. Usually, front end salary is a little less than back end salary, and of course, full stack developer salary is more than front end and back end salary. But full stack developer is not just front end and back end. There is one additional thing that is called DevOps. Okay, when you know all the three things, then you are basically called a full stack developer. Okay, and the salary is again higher compared to full stack developer, but again, it depends on the company in which you are going in. Okay, but yeah, a full stack developer has much more demands. You can get a lot of remote jobs. Each and every option is available, and it doesn't take a lot of time to learn full stack. Okay, preparing for 4 to 6 months, you can be a very good person in a full stack development. Like, I mean to say, not very very good, but yes, you can make a website like Facebook. To be very honest. Okay. Attendance link. I will take care. Sir, I learned JS, but I forgot the implementation part, even if I practice it. So, which part of JS are you doing it? And how many questions you have practiced? Like, see, when I teach someone, like, let's suppose I teach in like this way. Like, first, I teach JavaScript as a basics, in which on every topic, like, let's suppose the basic variables, if else, loops, I give around 100 problems to practice it. It's not possible for them to forget. Then I go to strings and array. I give around 6 to 70 problems in strings and array. Then I go to other has map sets, like what do you say, functions. You say like what will you say, objects. I give another 20 to 30 problems to solve it. Then I come to oops, where we do like at least two projects we do in one small project and two big projects. Okay, and then we come to like what do you say, other parts of JavaScript. Where every part I generally explain with the project and give one or two example projects for them to solve so they can figure out. Then we come to JavaScript DOM, which is taught by project wise. So it's very difficult for you to forget if you study like this. If you just study, okay, this is how if else works, solve few questions, forget about it, yeah, you'll forget it. Now JavaScript DOM is a thing where like you'll be like there are a lot of functions, how to remember it? Of course you cannot remember it. Like there are a lot of tags in HTML. No one is asking you to remember these things. So now you'll say, then what if in an interview people will ask? So they will not ask something out of the box usually. Okay. So you, since once you are working on few projects, you'll realize these are the important ones. Like for example, query selector. I'm using query selector in everywhere, right? So you'll automatically remember query selector. So if you choose project like this, it will be very easy for you to do. AWS Google Cloud. What database language do they use for server side? They don't use any one like what they say database. They have their like what they say. Of course, they it's like I cannot say what database they basically use, but they have both the things like depending on the thing that you are using it. They use SQL and non-SQL based both the things. CSS versus Bootstrap. Okay. Now see, usually when you are work like see, you are not here to become a CSS developer. Becoming a CSS developer is a totally different thing. Becoming a monster developer is a totally different thing. You need to know the CSS, how basic CSS works, how grid works, how what do you say, means position works, okay, and how like what do you say, float and all those things works, flex layout works, basics of like what do you say, SAS, how SAS works, okay. Once these things are clear, perfect, not a problem. Go to Bootstrap, explore Bootstrap. Go to other things like Tailwind CSS is popular these days. Explore Tailwind CSS. And these things are like what do you say, Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS, like the frameworks of like what do you say, CSS are not like what do you say, there is nothing to learn. Once you learn how to explore them, like once you do a one website or two website with them, it's okay, done. Bootstrap is always like I have to always open a new tab and then do Bootstrap, and this is how it is done. Okay, so avoid learning a lot of things. Is this the last day? Yeah, this is the last day of this session. Sir, from where we can access the problems? Like you can have a lot of websites where you can access the problems. I'm not getting interest in database, but I am just, yeah. No, you will not regret it. The thing is now, most of the time we don't directly work in the database. We worked in the ORM kind of thing. So like, let's suppose you're working in Node.js. So you'll be writing the code in Node.js. That code will automatically be converted in the respective database depending on your settings. So just have a little basics of database, very basic, like 1 or 2 days. So you'll have an idea, oh, this is how SQL. So whenever someone says SQL, you'll imagine, okay, rows and tables. Okay, whenever someone says MongoDB, you'll imagine document. Okay, that much imagination you should have, and you're perfect. And slowly, even if you'll develop interest, it will be automatic. Okay, attendance link is not work. Have a look. We'll have a look. Okay. Okay, guys. Any other questions? So what can you say about the assignments? Which assignment? The yesterday assignment. What is the problem there? How to build logic in JavaScript? Okay, logic has nothing to do with JavaScript. The question should be how to build logic in coding. Okay. Okay, so it's quite. Okay, 1 second. Let me answer one by one. I'll answer all your questions. Don't worry. Okay. So the question is okay. So logic, like see, logic is not a thing that can come in a day. Okay, like let's suppose I give you a problem. Let's take a number, find and reverse it. It's very difficult to get that logic if you're doing it for the first time. So of course, when you solve around 100 or 200 good problems, what happens? So now you have the logic of 100 and 200 good problems. So now when I solve a new problem, that logic will be developed like, since I have solved this particular problem, if I divert a problem from here a little bit, this logic you can tweak a little. This is where your logic works. Like no one remembers the logic. Since you have practiced a lot, you are familiar with lot of logics. There are certain times in which we learn logic. Okay, there is such kind of logic. Okay, let's use that in a few problems. Okay, and now once you use that in a few problems, you remember that logic, you understand that logic. So next time a similar problem comes, we'll use that logic. Okay, so basically you have to practice more problems on different types of questions on different logics. So your basic logic skill will get increased. And when you are solving a problem, if you're not a person who like, logic basically means when I get a problem, I have actually solved that problem before even started the problem in my mind. Okay, this is what logic building is. So either you are very good at logic building or not good at logic building. Okay, so if you're not good at logic building, when you are solving a question, think of it. Just don't think to just solve it. When you are solving, think of it. Okay, this is the way it is solved. So try to think how try to go in depth of the solution, how this solution actually worked. Okay. So when you think about a solution, basically you develop a logic there. Okay. And you'll be able to implement that logic in other problems. Just don't try to solve the problem just for the sake of solving it. How much do we need to learn JavaScript to start React? You will say, of course, the basics of like, you should know how to write a loop in JavaScript. You should know how to write a function in JavaScript, what are objects, string and array basics, okay, and some basics of ES6. Okay, so if you know any one programming language, I say in a week you will be just a week is a very like high time. You will be like clear with the fundamentals of JavaScript and you can jump to React. So why developers hate Angular over? No, developers don't hate Angular over. It's more like the beginners hate Angular over Reacts. Reason big Angular is a very good framework, but it's not beginner friendly. It takes time for you to absorb Angular compared to React. React, like within a week, you have observed a thing. You may even build a small website with React, but Angular will take you a little time. That's the only problem. What overall JavaScript assignments? Okay, so that you have to do it from number of different websites. Okay, like since most of the assignments are not available for free, that's the problem. I know front-end Vue.js and back-end Spring Boot, also not database. I'm a fresher, just graduate. Can I start my career as a full stack developer? Is there? Basically, you can. Like, of course, there you need to know about little bit of deployment, but that's not needed since you're a fresher. You can definitely start. Okay. Like, see, this is how it works. So whenever, like, see, mm, if I just add a topic in my resume, let's suppose I add Java. Okay, of course, instructor will assume that I know Java. He'll ask me some questions. Now, when you put a certain topic and also write, I have a certificate to this, that highlight your profile a little. That person has done working in Java, plus he has some certificates. So there is a chance he, like, it's not like definitely, but there is a chance he knows better Java compared to a person who has not done a certification. So at an initial glance, your profile may look a little better compared to other profile. That is a good. What will be the easiest backend language? The easiest backend language, according like see, these are the backend language I know basically. Ruby on Rails, like what do you say, Django, little bit of Flask, okay, and then what do you say, Node.js. Okay, so according to me, Ruby on Rails was the easiest as a beginner, but it's not less used, but yeah, it's not very common among the freshers. So if you go according to market, Django or Node.js, like these are the one popular ones. Okay. To learn JavaScript in a week is not easy. It's need time. Yeah, provided it needs time. If you are like what do you say? I mean to say, if you already know a particular language, like I already knew several languages before learning JavaScript. Okay, then in that case, it will not take a like what lot of time. And that answer was in relation with React. How much JavaScript you need to know before starting React. So my statement was basically like if you already know a certain language, okay, then what all things in JavaScript you need to go through before learning React, that you can do it in one way. Like JavaScript, you cannot even say I have even mastered it, right? JavaScript takes definitely takes time. Even like you may have heard a meme, right? Someone told a friend that okay, let's start with JavaScript, and at the end of 2 years, 2 years he was searching where is that guy who told me to start with JavaScript. I have not ended it. Okay, how to what to practice Java? I don't get how to practice. I guess no. Wait 1 second. Sir, I don't have CS degree and self. No problem at all. Like my brother and my some of my friends who were in like what they say, pharmacy. Nothing to do with engineering. They are working in top companies and with like what they say, provide they have done some courses and they are working perfect. Not a problem at all. Yeah, some companies may tell you why you have changed it. You should have a good reason, but literally they need their jobs. Nothing happens. Okay. What to how to practice DOM manipulation? I'll take the question like that. Okay, so DOM manipulation you can practice like think of number of small projects, right? Think of some games, think of some situations like see, go to a website, okay, like Facebook. Don't start build a whole website at once. Build a component one by one. One day just try to make the stories, how the stories will be made. One day just try to make a navigation bar. One day try to make their just feed section. One day just try to make their chat design. This way if you try it, it's perfect. What about PHP? Okay, PHP is a great language if you are looking for freelancing options. Like no language have more potential than PHP for freelancing options. Some of my friends are literally earning more than 50K. Like they are just freshers. Okay, some of their are in students, like are my students. They know PHP and they are literally rocking in the, like, what do you say, this domain. Of course, other language are also option, but WordPress is really a great option. Like if you check out the stats, 35 to 40% of the website of the world is just powered by WordPress. Enough. Okay, and that is based on PHP. So it's literally rocking. What is ES6? ES6 is nothing. Okay, like every language updates something, right? So in 2016, about 2016, JavaScript gave an update that is called ES6, then ES7, 2017, ES8, ES9, ES10. That are the updates. So ES6 is considered a big update that gave a lot of new features. So we are following that features in React and Node.js. So that is ES6. Nothing. ES6 is just a update to a JavaScript. So some additional features were added. Nothing fancy, just a fancy name. Okay. Thank you, watch and learn. Okay. I have learned basic of JS now. Should I practice logic or move to React? I have limited time. No, no, that does it does not matter with your limited time. It matters which type of company are you targeting. Are you targeting those companies which work on the like which are startups? Go for like what is it, React. If you are targeting companies which are like top companies like Amazon, Google, these kind of companies, go for logic building and data structures in JavaScript. What is the position of PHI in the market? I didn't get you that question. Is it PHP? Let me know. Sir, can we put JS code inside PHP? I have never worked with PHP basically. I guess you could, but I'm not sure. Okay. If we develop skill, so is matter to enter in the IT or career switch? Okay, it matters. Yeah, even if you develop skill, a lot of companies, if you have more is like around 30, 35, no problem. But if you go a little older, 40 or above, they will consider a little lesser, like what they say, a person who is little younger, because I'll tell you, good companies will not matter. The companies which are not so good, or like which want their employees to work a little more, they will focus on young and energetic candidates a little more. Okay, it's not true to say like those who have more age are not energetic, but yeah, that's a common notations. Okay. Career switch, if you are doing a career switch, of course, company will have a problem. Like it's not like you have to restart your career, but it just may be possible that, like let's suppose you are already earning 6 lakhs, you may not be able to get a hike on that. Okay, and all your previous experience will not get lost. Okay, so if you are doing a career switch, do it wisely. Like let's suppose I am a salesperson. Okay, now I suddenly got interest in coding. I should not change my career directly, jump to coding. Look for a position which involve both coding and sales, and there are a lot of positions for that, right? So look for such a position so your older experience does not get violated. Okay, PHP, right? Okay. What is the position of PHP in the market? I don't have any idea about that. But yeah, WordPress is very popular, due to which PHP is popular. It's not like because of PHP WordPress is there. Of course, it is technically, but WordPress has kept PHP alive, and WordPress will grow more and more. It's actually growing. Just no single language holds 38, 35 to 36% market share. Just WordPress holds it. So PHP is quite popular. If we have learned basic JavaScript, and let's admit it, I've got it. Apu, I think your answer is there. Okay. In which language are you working? Currently, I'm working in Python and JavaScript both. And I'll be recently moving to Go language soon, but like let's see when that soon comes. I have 6 month hands-on experience with you. So what's my expectation? Expected CTC is not always based on your older experience. It's also based on the companies you are going for. Like, see, if you are wanting a good companies, okay, if you are not able to get it easily, the best way to do for it is like try the online hackathons, okay, like hackathons on HackerRank or HackerEarth. If you clear those hackathons, first of all, you'll gain experience doing those. After a few hackathons, maybe like few hackathons, you cannot clear it. After clearing few hackathon, they will not even your older package will not even bother so much, okay, because you have cleared a hackathon, which is a big thing. Maybe like a lot of my friends got package double, like 100% increment in that part. Okay, so that will be a quite good way. Like a lot of companies now follow a standard. For this particular position, I'll give a package of 8 LP. So if you enter in that position, irrespective for your previous package, they will give you a 8 LP. When are we building that final project, sir? I think that will be the final project. Okay. Like final project, I think I combined with like that 5 hours thing. So you can re-watch that videos. Okay. That will be a kind of a final project. Okay. I want to make a career in front end. Which library should I learn? Okay, there are a lot of options. Step number one, HTML. Like start with this if you have limited time. If you have very lot time, then also start like this. HTML, CSS. Don't give a lot of time to that. Learn HTML, learn CSS, make 1 or 2 templates. Awesome. Proceed ahead. Learn JavaScript as a coding language, then learn JavaScript as a DOM. Do some problems, like give it a little more time. Practice some problems with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Like, or I can say the website that you have already made in HTML, CSS, some templates, add JavaScript to that. And do some basic things in JavaScript DOM that I discussed earlier, how to get 2 projects in JavaScript DOM. Then jump to React. Okay, you are very good to like this will like what is a React, and we say Redux, but you may ignore it for now. This is enough. You will surely get a good job. And these all things are like 3 to 4 months. Like if you are studying it very well done. I mean to say, what is the position of PHP into the market? How much I cannot comment on exactly on that, but PHP holds a very good positions. There are two main reasons for it. Okay, step number one, WordPress. Step number two, less freshers are going into PHP, but there are already a lot of existing projects that are on PHP, and some more projects are being made. Now, since more freshers are coming to Man or Python. Okay, so PHP or Ruby on Rails, these languages are little neglected. So what will happen? If you go into this field, the chances that you are getting paid more, okay, is much higher, right? Because less population, more payment, right? Is it possible to do both front end and back end with JS? Yes. Front like if you once you learn JS, front end with React, back end with Node.js. Or front end, there are 3 libraries all on JavaScript only. Front end with JavaScript, no doubt. Back end also Node.js, so it's JavaScript. So should I practice? No, no, no. Don't practice Java, HTML, CSS much more. Practice 1 or 2 templates in HTML, CSS. Apply JavaScript on those templates. JavaScript coding practice a little. Like let's learn the concept of basic concept of all, and let's the coding practice go on. Okay, okay, and continuously like you can have a set practice like 4 to 5 problems coding every day after you learn all the basic concepts. Okay, and then go on with React. So should I learn? Okay. What should I learn? Development, coding, or WordPress? Okay, see, development with coding or WordPress. WordPress is a thing that, of course, like WordPress industry is very much, but WordPress, what I feel, okay, WordPress market is much more competitive than this market. Reason? In WordPress, there are a lot of drag and drop tools are there. But again, when if you go into WordPress advanced, okay, you have a very good option. Like a lot of people are not there who know how to make a plugin or how to make a theme. And recently, after the WordPress update, right, they have removed that drag and drop. They have brought everything in a block level elements. Lot of their older themes and plugins are not working properly, right? So this is a perfect time if you want to push a small product into the market, which can be utilized by WordPress. What kind of projects are best for resume? Okay, so see, uh, like see, if you're a full stack developer, you should have 1 or 2 templates with HTML, CSS. You should have a good knowledge of JavaScript. Okay, then some project with JavaScript down. So you can start with few projects like what do you say? If you don't have any idea, if you have an idea, go with that. Else, make the best idea is to clone a specific project. Okay, like what you can start with a portfolio website. You can clone Facebook. You can clone Netflix and all that. Okay, these are like the basic things. When it comes to React and Node, there are 3 projects that I'll suggest you. If you do these 3 projects, like almost all the concepts are covered. Okay, Step number one, make an e-commerce website. Okay, not exactly like Amazon, but yeah, as much as you can do it. Number one. Number two, make a social media website, like example, complete front and back end both, either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Like personally, I always go for Twitter. I don't know why. Do I use Twitter the minimum? Number three, make a website like this. What do you say? A LMS website kind of thing, right? Like the education website where courses are there, lot of things are there. Make these three website. Okay, everything is okay. LMS website is lot of expansion possible. So up to that point, you can make it. Once you make these three websites, you have covered almost all the concepts. If you definitely, Sonia, you can get a job. It's not a hard fast rule. Okay, just have a good reason ready. Why did you like? They will ask you. This is like HR has like it's not good to say on this platform, but okay, HR has to ask some questions, right? They will ask you why there is a year gap. You have to be research our good reasons. Okay, research a story. Okay, tell the story. It's okay. So ultimately, it matters like you should have that talent to clear the interview. Okay, you will not be basically rejected based on like you have 2 years gap. No, I'll not take it. No, that is very rare. Okay, matlab, it's there. Come less if startups have really changed the way in which you get hired. Okay, so that will not be a problem. And in case if you are not getting a job, do a few months internship, 4 to 5 month internship, and then that job will be converted into a full-time job. Attendance, 1 second. Hi ma'am, can you, some problem with the attendance, can you just have a look? Ma'am will take care. Is there any exam or test before getting, I think you'll get some MCQ questions which I'll prepare and send it to you before getting a certificate. Okay, I don't have a backend knowledge. How will I learn a Twitter clone? So with a Twitter website, learn the backend language. Don't learn it separately. Now aim for I am making a Twitter. See what all the things you need to learn for Twitter language. Research over it. How will you research over it? Two best blogs we have, Medium and Dev.to. Research over them and then learn with the go. Yeah, we do that, right? React.js. React.js is basically JavaScript, right? So what do you mean by putting a React.js code? Technically, in React.js, you are writing JavaScript. React.js is made by JavaScript. You all know, like Geeks of Geeks is one of the website that but the problem is the questions are not well arranged, right? That's the only thing they have. Okay, which is high pay? See, there is no fixed answer like that. Okay, but I'll say out of them, WordPress is the easiest, and pay is a little less compared to Mean and Man. Okay, now Man and Mean both have like usually Mean have a little more payment compared to Man. Simple logic, right? More people are going to React, less people are going to Angular. So Angular guy gets like if there is a thing like this, but usually it doesn't matter like that, okay? Because whether it's a and both are JavaScript developer, company will hire you as a JavaScript developer. Even if you know React, company can push you to do Angular. Okay, this can happen. I started with Ruby on Rails developer within 6 months. I converted to Python within another 6 to 7 months. I converted to Node developer. So depending on the project, you can convert. Company will force you to convert. Oh, that's really great, smart user. So, what are the hosting that you generally use for and what are the things? Are you using Elementor or something else on for your WordPress? Like I've been little away from WordPress for a little time. Like earlier, I used to have a WordPress a lot, but nowadays I just make website from the basics. I'm going to attend React there, zero to hero. Which concept of JS should I go? Just see, just see how if like I'll tell you if you're going for a React session, see how if else works in JavaScript. Just see the syntax as of now because you don't have a lot of time. See how loops works, both for loop and while loop, and also see how for off loop work and for in loop works. Okay, have a little research about strings and array. Just solve one or two question strings and array. You'll get an idea how it works in here. Then have a look at the functions. Okay, the problems that you have already solved, one or two problems, try to implement it functions. Okay, these all things are there. Okay, after that, don't do anything. Rest everything is covered in that React.js 0 to Hero course. I don't understand what's Node.js exactly. Node.js exactly. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's suppose you have a sign up form. Okay, so now what will you do? Since there is a sign up form, okay, so you will have your login ID, you will have your password. Okay, now when you click on submit button, these will be saved somewhere. Okay, so this is how it works. You have the whatever thing that you see on the website that comes as a part of the front end. Whatever you see for any website, that is a part of the front end. Okay, now what is happening? Now let's suppose on an Amazon website, when you visit Amazon website, there are a lot of products, right? So how does that product? All these products information are stored somewhere in somewhere that is called database. Database like where all the collection of products are there. Okay, like basically all your data are there. Now what backend will do? Backend takes care how your data is stored. It manages how your data is stored in the database. Also, it writes some of the logics for your like whatever you are doing. Like sign up will have some logics like name, email, password, confirm password, and then submit button. So your backend will basically check like his name is empty, his email is not present, or email is in correct format or not, his password is strong or not. Someone has to write that logic. Is email already present in your database? Like that means that person has you already registered. He should not be able to register again. So all the logical kind of things has to be written in the back. No, you can really start developing it by JavaScript. Not a problem. The only problem is there will be a lot of things that you have to write it on your own, right? So why are frameworks popular compared to like native languages? Because of course you don't have to write a lot of useless code, not useless, unnecessary code. Okay, so that you could have avoided. That should not be a part of a development. Okay, basically even if I am doing, I have to write that piece of code. Let's suppose 100 lines of code are there. 100 lines of code is there that need to be written every time. So instead of writing it every time, it has taken a shape of a framework. So when you install this, that 100 line of code is already there. Now just write the things that you need for your project, not anything extra. Plus also it has a lot of things like it helps you to debug the things very easily compared to the normal languages. Of course, there are a lot of more features, like it's more reliable. There is a proper way to work. When you are working on your own, you may not follow the proper like what do you say guidance, or you may make a website which is quite easily hackable. These all things are very much protected by frameworks. Like you follow a specific like what do you say, this is how you should work. That means there is a proper order how you should work. So that helps you in a lot of ways. What is difference between Verkle hosting and Bluehost hosting? I've not used Verkle hosting, but I've used Bluehost hosting. I think it's good. Bluehost hosting are quite good. Verkle I'm not. I've tried TMT hosting. I've tried Bluehost hosting, AWS, Google Cloud. I have tried what DigitalOcean. Okay, these all things I've tried. Okay. Now, if I have to use a hosting, I don't go for these. I generally, if I have to do a small kind of thing, I generally go for DigitalOcean or I go for Google Cloud. Sometime recently, I have also explored Azure. Okay, so like I think you cannot use Azure without a credit card. I'm not very sure. Okay, but AWS you can use with a debit card itself. AWS and Google Cloud and Azure all will give you a free trial for 1 year. Okay, so like if you want to host a website for a small personal blog, use this service and it's totally free for a year. Okay. Yes, that's the thing. WordPress course, if you want to pick, I think Udemy can be a good option for you. So Node.js is for backend development, not front end. Yes. When does React 0 to Hero course? I don't know. Just check it on the YouTube. I think the link will be there. Step number one, first you have to learn the like what do you say? Like I can understand the frustration that you may have, but you have to learn a language. You have to give 2 to 3 months to learn these basic web development skills. Okay, then you have to apply for jobs. Else you will be like more and more interview will get rejected, right? I guess that's all, guys. If you have no more questions, then I will take a leave. I attended many interviews, but where I made mistake, I did not get your question. Can you, where I made like, are you trying to say me where have we made a mistake? So six programming language like JavaScript, Python, HTML5, CSS3, Angular, IoT, and Project Smoke. I did not get your question, smart user. Which service? I mean, for hosting website, for just own like a blog. Use any of them. Like what do you say? Uh, AWS, Google Cloud, or something. They Google Cloud will offer you 20,000 rupees as free for 12 months. Use it till it ends, and it's basically it goes even more than a year. Okay, so instead of paying for some hosting, use their service. It's much faster, also reliable, also, and it's totally free for a year. Same AWS, same Azure. Why is there need to learn version control? Just to manage the, like what do you say, you when you are working with a team, basically, no, just to like what do you say, manage the code easily. Version control comes very handy. Also, like sharing the code with each other becomes handy every time. Making a zip of it and sharing it's quite tiring, right? Okay, guys. No, I'll not be teaching React.js. Like, I think I taught a lot today. Like, this is my second UT, like 5 hours. Then this is 6 hours. This is 6 hours plus some patches where the Saturday, Sunday is a hectic schedule. Node.js, guys, subject. Okay, guys. That's all from my side. Bye bye, guys. Okay, see you again sometime on YouTube or in one of my courses. Okay, I think I just okay, I have to inform you about my courses on LetsUpgrade. Like I basically am a web developer instructor here. Okay, so we have a lot of courses here, and the courses prices are generally around 29,000. But if you use my coupon code, you'll get a discount of around 4,000. So it will be like 25,000. The coupon code is basically Abhishek in capital letters. You can see my name, no? So first name in capital letters, Abhishek. And the good thing is, like, since we have a lot of courses like Python, web development, AI, data science. So if you buy any one of the course, other courses are free to you. Like, just join for web development and you can study all the courses. Like, generally people study two courses at a time because they are quite interested in few topics, right? Like even Python, even JavaScript. So you pay for one and study both. Okay, that's all, guys. Bye bye. See you.